I'm Keith Vaughn, and welcome to it. This is Keith Vaughn's Flying Circus. You know, my whole life, people have told me, don't put any more value on a car, truck, any vehicle. Don't put any more value into them, any more than you would any hunk of metal and iron, glass, plastic, and wires. And the point would be this, that a vehicle is just that. It's a tool to get you from point A to point B. It's not an animal, and it's certainly not a human. But I got to admit, I get attached to vehicles. I personify them. I give them personalities, especially ones that I got sweat equity in, ones I've worked on, ones that I've had for a long time. Longer I have a car or any truck, the harder it is to sell that ride. And I'm going to run through a number of vehicles that are really close to my heart in my life in a number of videos here on Keith Vaughn's Flying Circus. Yeah, vehicles in reality, they are just iron and metal, glass, plastic, and wires. Yeah, throw in some oil and grease, and you got a ride. But I live on a different plane, and where I'm at, they take on their own personalities, and they mean much, much more than just tools to get you from A to B. And it starts with this car. My dad's 1956 Ford Fairlane. Here it is photographed by him on a cold winter morning somewhere in the English countryside near Alconbury, England, when he was stationed in Alconbury Air Force Base. I'm guessing this car was bought new in the Houston area. My dad was stationed at Ellington Field at one time and at Harlingen Air Force Base. He lived in Houston, so I would assume it was purchased in Houston. Plus, he had worked at Earl Macmillan Ford in Houston for a short time just after World War II, so it could have very well been bought there. Here's the 56 from another angle, taken on the very same morning. Check that exhaust, routed through the back bumper, and still with the Texas tags. Oh, here's the reason this car is a big deal to me. My first car ride ever. Here's the pic. This is on the morning of the day my dad and my sister picked up Mom and myself from the hospital at Mildenhall Air Force Base in England. My dad just pulled over, took out the camera, and took this shot. Yeah, no car seats here. Here's the 56 Ford, almost brand new, from a photo taken in Dalhart, Texas in July 1957. This is the 56 parked outside my parents' quarters in Alconbury, England at Alconbury Air Force Base. I'm going to say this is about 1963. And here's my mom getting something from the trunk of the 56 at a squadron picnic in England. Yeah, the paint on that 56 looks perfect. Or it could be just the gray Kodachrome. And this photo was taken just before leaving to go to the hospital to pick up Mom and myself for the ride home. This is my sister, Alvina, posing by the 56. And the British car tags were on the 56 by this time. Now here's an interesting photo. This was taken out the windshield of the driver's side of my dad's 56 Ford, probably about 1963 or 64. For some reason, he's pulled up to this intersection in the village of Alconbury, England, and he took this picture. And this is the same location now, today. Rust Lane in High Street. Frummerty Lane to the left and Weston Road over over to the right. A big lamppost base remains, and you can see it circled here. Some of the buildings in the background, you can match those up in the new street signs circled here. Point to Weston Road, like the one from 64. The shrubs by the creek in the background, they're taller, and the trees are also taller too. And I still do not know the reason why this photo was made, but Google Earth is awesome. My dad's 56 Ford Fairlane, the one he had when he married my mother. My first car ride was in that Ford. The car he bought in Texas and drove all over the state between Houston and the Panhandle, and the one he would ship to England and would leave in England. Thanks for checking out Keith Vaughn's Flying Circus. We've got more videos on meaningful cars in my life on the way. Hey, please do like, share, most of all, subscribe.